internet land, and thank you for joining me today in the deserts of Andalusia for my training session this what day is it? Wednesday morning, the 22nd I believe of August 2023. So today we're doing 35 kilometers, 17 and a half straight out in front of me there, as far as 17 and a half kilometers will go, turn around and come back. I will press hard today. I'm trying to knock a few seconds off my time, but this ground is hard, parched and tough. So I'll stop 3, maybe 4 times today to talk about something which people underestimate in hot climbs, and especially if you're going to do something as strenuous as this, or a cross-country marathon, and of course that is heat. So we forecast for low 40s today. Once that sun comes up, it's just like someone opening the oven door in a hot kitchen. It gets hot that quick. So yeah, there we are. Later we'll be talking about heat, how to cope with it, how to acclimatise, especially if you're doing strenuous sports or ultra marathons in countries such as Spain, well, especially southern Spain. There's a big difference between southern and northern Spain, or Morocco, Oman, Namibia, wherever these ultra marathons take place. Then you have heat to cope with, and if anything's going to knock you off your feet, it's going to be heat exhaustion. And the desert has gifted me wild figs today. They're all just about ripe now, so on the way back I'll pick some of the bigger ones of these, and at some point today I'll have figs with a bit of honey and maybe some feta cheese. I've got some feta cheese in oil, and that'll be my treat today. Wild figs. Figs don't come in pastry as I think they do in the UK. This is what figs look like. So heat. We can all say that we felt extreme heat. We've all been on holidays on the Costa del Sol, and yes, it is ferociously hot. And I guess you remember the first time you stepped off an aeroplane in Malaga airport and opened the door, and you felt that incessant, permanent heat, literally with permanence that you can't understand. And the breeze, the wind, whatever it is on that day, is hot. It's like standing in front of a fan heater. But imagine living in it, imagine doing everything in it, work, rest, play. It is intolerable, but we learn to tolerate it. And like I've said to you, if there's 2 things that's going to knock you off your feet in these extreme ultra marathons in the deserts of the world, including this desert here, what I'm looking at, it is going to be heat and lack of water, and they will both knock you off your feet very quickly. Heat stroke is a funny thing, and you're going to have to protect yourself with factor 50 or better, and moisturize. And you know what isn't apparent immediately. People say, oh yes, it's really hot, it's really hot, it's really hot. So is the wind. It dries you as dry as sticks. So there we are. You are going to have to somehow become acclimatized to permanent heat all day long, beating savage sunlight that will burn you at every opportunity. UV rays are the devil, and they will burn every part of you you didn't even think they hit. And don't think that, you know, if it's a little bit cloudy and the sun goes behind the clouds, you're not getting burnt. You are. You're still getting burnt. And the heat in the wind, as I said, will parch you. So you have to find a way if you don't live in this climate, of getting into some heat chambers and exercising. Extended time spent in infrared saunas is great, and you must tolerate 50 and above for, in old money, 50 centigrade and above for long periods, and learn how to hydrate in it. So heat. I'm going to move on now. I'm going to pass that dead tree there, straight up that hag, straight up that crag between those two mountains, and then turn right into a big circle. I'm at, where am I now? 16.1 kilometers now, so I'm ready for the return journey. I'm not going back in the same line, I'm going in a circle, but the end result will be 35 kilometers plus today. Well, there it is. It's up now, and it just gets hotter and hotter and hotter. But I promise, please don't underestimate how much this heat can knock you off your feet. It was hot enough before the sun came up, and now the sun is hitting everything except what's in shadow. It's going to get ferociously hot. As I said, you've got the wind, the hot wind to cope with all night. It comes straight off the Sahara, across the Gibraltar Straits and into the Costa del Sol. You've got this to cope with all night, evening, anytime it's dark, early mornings, this hot wind, and then the sun comes up and gives you a real good ass kicking. So take every precaution. If there's one thing that's going to knock you off your feet, it is this. It is sun. And if you get sunstroke, it's a devil. You may as well lie down and wait for somebody to collect you. So the sun, the heat. My recommendation is, if your budget will allow it, is to train in southern Spain and feel exactly 100% what it is like in Morocco, in Namibia, in the Namib Desert, and Oman. So train in southern Spain for a while if your budget will allow it, and feel what it is like. Other than that, do some research, find somewhere in the UK or wherever you are that has infrared saunas, and spend plenty of time in an infrared sauna to feel what it's like when the core of your body is hotter than it should be. Well, there it is, nearly at full strength now. Hell, it's hot. I don't know. Look, that's how windy it is, and that wind is baking hot. They used to call this the frying pan. I think it feels more like the air fryer at the minute. So a quick word to my sponsors. One that likes to remain anonymous, of course, is Ian in Monaco. Lux Alto, also in Monaco, and Lynn Kelly in Valencia in Spain. I'm very grateful to you all. You've supplied me with equipment, the best that can be got, and I am very grateful to you and your continuing support. All I need from you is encouragement, because you supplied everything else, even down to the world's allocation of Kendal mint cake. Thank you, Miss Kelly. So there we go. If you like the tips and hints that I give on social media and YouTube about Uber marathons and running desert marathons, please look below you. There is a box that says subscribe, and beside it there is a bell icon. Click them both, and maybe, if you're feeling generous, give me a like. And I'll be back tomorrow. Who knows what I'll be talking or ranting or musing about, but I will be back tomorrow in another training session of 35 kilometers, talking possibly bullshit, who knows, but hopefully you get something from it.